All right, kia ora everyone. It's Nathan Rose from Capgemini here in beautiful Auckland, New Zealand. I've got some more details to share with you on low-code plugins, which were announced by Microsoft last week at the Build conference. I've been playing around with this over the last few days, and today's video is going to be a bit of a mishmash content-wise, just in terms of some of my random findings over the past few days in low-code plugins. So let me go ahead and share my screen and let's get into it. So, as you're probably aware, Microsoft have announced two flavors of low-code plugins, both automated and instant. Now, in my video on Friday, I said that instant plugins weren't available via modern commanding. That's not entirely true. As I was playing around with this yesterday, I noticed that some of the plugins I've created, some of the instant plugins that I've created, are actually showing up in modern commanding. So I'll go ahead and show you that quickly. So as you'll recall, in my app, I've got a table called product with a price and GST column, and I've got a instant plugin that sums those up, and I showed you that in a custom page on Friday. Now I'm just going to come here to the command editor, and you can see this NDR calc plugin, which is the one that I created on Friday, is showing in the command line editor. So I've created some formulas here in a sum price command in my model-driven app. Now, at the moment, this does not appear to be hooked up and working. So when I go ahead and click this, you can see that I get my notification from my modern command. However, this plugin doesn't actually appear to be doing anything. So it doesn't appear to be updating this price total column. Now, I've tried a few different ways to determine whether or not this plugin is running. I've tried to create a plugin trace log from my instant plugin, but nothing seems to be working. So at the moment, as near as I can tell, you can see your instant plugins in modern commanding in the model driven app, but they don't appear to actually be hooked up and doing anything. But watch this space. This is an experimental feature, and my guess is that we could see some rapid changes. So the workaround that I came up with for being able to trigger a plugin from the command bar in a model-driven app is to use a flag field on my table, which triggers an automated plugin. So I've got this automated plugin that runs on update of the product. So I'm simply switching this flag field from false to true, and then it goes ahead and updates the record with a calculation summing up the price and the GST column. Now this wasn't working for me when I had it running post operation. I switched it to pre-operation, and now it's lightning fast. So um, that seemed to be the party trick to get it to work. Again, as my background is not a coder, so I'm I'm still getting my head around some of these terms in terms of pre and post operation when it comes to plugins. But let's go ahead and trigger this and see it in action. Actually, I'll just quickly show you the command. So I'm just using a very simple patch function to toggle this flag field from false to true. And then again, a notification just to let the user know that something is happening. So let's go ahead and click this, and we can see we've got our notification, and that was lightning fast. That has gone and summed this up for us. Let's go to another record and just watch this again. So this is lightning fast. Look at that, pretty cool. So that's the workaround for now in terms of triggering plugins from the command bar in a model-driven app. But again, watch this space. My guess is that this could be a rapidly changing landscape in terms of that functionality. The last thing I'll show you is something that I discovered today as I was tooling around in the Dataverse Accelerator app, where you create the low-code plugins. And in the instant plugins, when you highlight your plugin, you'll see a command here called copy code snippet. When you click this, let's go ahead and bring a notepad up here and paste this in. Look at that. We've got our Power Effects code copied to the clipboard of our device. That is a really cool feature, really nice addition from the low code plugin team. So those are a few of my random musings on low code plugins today. So at the moment, they don't appear to work from modern commands, but you can employ a workaround by using an automated plugin that you trigger through a flag field on your table. But again, watch this space. So I'll be back in a few days with some more scenarios as I continue to play with this. But I hope this saves you some frustration as you play around with it. And thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful.